You talked about going to these camps and seeing these other quarterbacks and being like, I'm better than these cats. So before your final year at Miami, there's a lot of conversations revolved around Shedeur Sanders. He's the first overall pick. Obviously, I'm assuming you guys have a great relationship. Some of the clips you've seen and stuff like that. What is it like for you to have like this rivalry with Shedeur and have it play out the way it has?
I don't have a rivalry with him. That's my boy. So, at the end of the day, this whole process, we thought me and him were going to be 1 and 2 the whole time. Whether he's 1, I'm 2. Whether I'm 1, he's 2. And so that's just always been, our mindset. It didn't go that way. But I mean, just coming out of college, even to the draft, I thought he was one of the better quarterbacks in the draft as well, even throughout college. He's been productive where he's been every time. We both started FCS. He was at, Jackson State. I was at Carnegie Word. And that's where really we met for the first time with our quarterback coach when we first got to college. And then he's always been, just a great person to be around. A lot of stuff out there on him ain't really, the truth. Just because they spin it different ways, like they spin stuff about me different ways. But I mean, I've always thought he was a productive quarterback. I mean, a lot of people may have their own opinion. I have mine as well. But I mean, when he gets his chance, to become a starter, I know he's gonna make the most of it. And I'm ready to get back to work with him. After the season, talk some more stuff to him. Say some crazy stuff. I mean, we just gonna keep on pushing each other.
You talk about the media spinning things different ways. Your leaving halftime was getting spun a lot of different ways in the bowl game in Miami. Was it always the plan? You go out there. Were you going after the record, and then once you get the record, you were going to shut it down? Was it just play one half of football? Was it try and get Miami out to the fastest start as possible, and you were going to be done? Because obviously you have the net. You have this career to think about next. Mm-hmm. But what was the game plan going into that bowl game?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Because it got spun everywhere, bro.
There was a lot of different opinions about that.
And I didn't even know how that stuff was going on until I said maybe 2 hours after the game. Once I think my cousin had sent me a text message or something, because I really don't be checking my phone like that. And that's just always been, a part of plan. After we lost to Syracuse,
which, by the way, crazy loss
move.
to Syracuse.
Yeah, that was pain.
Up 21?
Yeah, pain.
So sorry to open
that's
that.
That's a full different conversation. Yeah.
But after that, me, Coach Dawson, and Chris Ball, we all had a conversation. They knew what I had, in store in the future, and they also want to, lead the program the right way. And I respected it for it. That's always been the plan for me to play, a half. I actually played, more than me and the OC had talked about. And so I want to get out of there when it was my time, at least up in the game. We were up by, I think, 3 points. And then at the end of the time, they were trying to find out who their quarterback was going to be for next year. They ended up playing one of the young guys. And so I think that let them know that, they want to go try to get a quarterback. They got a good one in Carson Beck. But I also think, the guy who did play, Emory, he's a good quarterback. And after this year, if it's Emory time, I think he'll have a good year once it's his turn.
What is it like Will brought up the Syracuse 20 up by 21. When you're walking to a game in Miami and you're like, essentially I have to put up 40 for us to win, and things are not going your way sometimes. What is that conversation like from you to the defense or to the team when it's like we're essentially wasting this offensive juggernaut that we have going on here? Because your offense was crazy.
Yeah. I think the end of the year we played team ball really majority all the time. Like I can say the Virginia Tech game, I had 2 books and the defense, they kept us in the game. The Georgia Tech game, we didn't have our best game offensively, and the defense did enough to keep us in the game, getting every 2-minute drive, and we didn't come through. In the Syracuse game, we didn't lift up the defense enough to be able to win that game and finish it out. So I just think at key times, we didn't lock in, and that ended up resulting us not making the playoff. But I mean, we had a good run. We had, I think, it was like 5 or 6 or 7, maybe 7 of us that got drafted. So that's a good draft class for Coach Cristobal. All of us are in good places that we want to be in. But I mean, one of those, we have a game like that when you up that much, and then you just end up losing like that. That's something that you don't want to go through as a competitor. But at the end of the day, you got to lose to win. That's how I think of it. And the guys who got drafted, we all in good situations. And I believe that Miami going to be able to get some more draft picks in this next draft class.
When did you know that the Tennessee Titans was going to be your new home?
I knew.
Like, when did you know? When did you be like, I'm pretty sure this is going to happen? And then when were you like, all right, I know for sure now this is happening?
I think, honestly, pro day. I think pro day.
We hear you, Puff.
Puff.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Like we see you back
You
there.
see, he's enjoying.
Yeah. What's
Does he have a meeting?
This shit don't even work. This ain't my damn watch. I don't know why I'm looking at. Look at you.
What you talking about?
Puff.
I had to check my watch. 9:50.
Tim, you're free to go whenever you'd like.
Bet. I say
The last question.
let me think.
We're in the middle of a Titans question. You back there?
You want us to promote the Titans?
You need to put the camera on Puff.
Yeah.
I would say I knew, at least in my mind, pro day, after pro day, because that was their first time to get to see me throw in person. And then, because all the draft picks, you got an idea where you're going. You see just stuff they put on TV out there in the media, but you don't know until your name get called. And so even like when we was at the draft, they was on the clock, you know, they waiting like 2-3 minutes. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? And so they end up calling me, telling me that they're gonna take me. But I mean, that's an unbelievable experience. I mean, it's something that you dream of every single day of your life. For me, I want to be a professional basketball player, but you know, I knew, you know, the chips wouldn't fall my way, but they fell my way in football. And so when you get a chance to be a pro at something, you don't take it for granted. But I mean, that was a unbelievable moment, not only for myself, but all the other draftees, no matter whether you was first or seventh round. We all gonna remember that. You know, I'm glad I'm here, you know, not nowhere else.
What individual defensive player are you most excited to line up across from? In a way to where it might be, oh, fuck, that's Myles Garrett about to try and get my ass.
I would say
Like, oh, shit, that's Pat
Oh,
Surtain
shit, here
out
it
there.
comes.
Calvin, I can't wait to watch you work today.
individual. Well, so I would say more D lineman, because I'm not really going against a DB every play. I'm going against a D lineman every play, whether they're trying to sack me, pressure me, whatever. So D lineman, I would easily have to say Max Crosby and Chris Jones. Those two. Those two are the best football players in the world, probably some of the greatest of all time. So I'm trying to be up there, you know, eventually when my time is done in the NFL. And, you know, if you want to be up there with them guys, you know, you got to be able to compete with those guys. And you got to be able to, you know, say some crazy stuff to them. You got to be able to get them to play your game.